Right, I want to do a bit of a walk and talk before I get into this video, because the purpose of this video is to make a coffee that'll rival the quality of any coffee you'll get anywhere in the world, and I'm going to make it in what was, without a doubt, the most inhospitable place I've ever made a coffee, to say the least. But anyway, I just wanted to do it for a bit of fun and just to show that it doesn't matter where you are with the Portaspresso Specialty Coffee System. You can make quality coffee that's as good as you'll get at any world-class coffee house anywhere in the world. It's really good. And what I should say, should qualify that statement, is that not everyone wants espresso. For some people, instant coffee, God knows how, but some people like instant coffee. And then there are other people that like your stovetop stuff, and lots of people even like pod coffee. I've no idea why, because stuff tastes like razor blades. But yeah, George and Matt certainly sold their soul when they advertised for that company. But anyway, the point I'm making is that the perfect coffee is up to the individual, and what one person thinks is awesome, tastes the best coffee they've ever had, is someone else's poison. That's yeah. So when I refer to the best coffee, I'm referring to what would be, I guess, the industry standard for specialty coffee, which is espresso, and then the different iterations that you can make from that. Cappuccino, latte, short black, long black, Vienna, whatever people want to make. But it all starts with the espresso shot, and that's the challenge for most machines, and that's what the Rossa models do. They do that extremely well, and you won't get a better shot than what you can produce from any one of the Rossa models. The HCP and the PG just make it that much easier because it has a pressure gauge, but the HC and TR, you can still make really, really good quality coffee that's probably better than most, just without even knowing the pressure. Because especially the HC, you just have a natural profile that's around about 6 bar generally, and that's what seems to be the key. Actually, the slow ramp up is the key. I kind of laugh when I see people with these new machines that can have variable pressure, and what they do with that profile is they just change it so erratic. I mean, they just destroy their shot. But anyway, I'm sure people will figure it out eventually. I mean, I did. Just move away from the sun there. Yeah, the Portaspresso system was primarily designed for portability, but when I made it, as I said previously, it makes such good coffee. Most people will just use it instead of their home machine. Because it's really hard to go back. Coffee's a little bit like, I should say, coffee for people that don't understand good coffee. It's a little bit like alcohol, that once people develop a taste for top quality alcohol, like their whiskey or the bourbon or wine or whatever, it's really hard to go back to lower quality. You just develop that taste, and anything kind of less than that standard, it just doesn't work for your tastes. And that's exactly what coffee is. So when I would travel or go camping, before I made the Portaspresso system, it was really hard to get a coffee. I just wouldn't make coffee. I'd get an ice break or something like that. I mean, that's just not not up to it. But now I can make coffee that as good as you can make anywhere in the world, and I can make that basically anywhere that I can boil water. The Portaspresso system will provide that high level consistency and quality, and you can take that with you anywhere. It's small, you can take it on to carry-on luggage if you want to on the airplane. It's fine. I've done that plenty of times. Yeah, so today I wanted to, like I say, just for a bit of fun, I wanted to find the most extreme place that I could possibly think of to make a coffee, and just show you that it can be done. Obviously it's a lot easier in normal places with a table and somewhere with less wind, but the whole idea was just to show that you can make specialty coffee literally anywhere. Well, anywhere you can boil water. So, okay, enjoy. Okay, I'm here in probably the most inhospitable place you could ever want to make coffee, but I'm doing that to demonstrate that you can make the best coffee that you could get pretty much anywhere in the world. You can make that with this equipment anywhere that you can access boiling water. Now I've got the Rossa HCP hand espresso and the Roscoe Mini M38T hand grinder. Now the first thing you want to do, we've got these little burners. The first thing you want to do is get the water boiling first, and to do that you want to measure how much water you need. So unscrew the spindle on the Rossa. Righto, it's a little bit unbalanced here, got a bit of a natural table on this rock. Okay, so what you want to do is fill it up to just above the seal. It's got a pot here. Okay, I need to do that 3 times. That's 2. And last one. Righto, so put that on the burner carefully. Not the flattest table I've ever worked on, but it'll work. Righto, very windy here, so I'm hoping this works. These burners are quite powerful, so they work well in the wind. Now I've got a steamer here, so you can steam the milk as well. So that's going to happen pretty quick. So I'll grind the coffee now. So I've measured out 20 grams of coffee. It's loaded into the grinder. Oh, lost one bean. Put them back in. I put the cup on. Righto. Grinding the coffee takes around about 40 seconds thereabouts for 20 grams with this one. So a pot works pretty good for for boiling the water with this burner because it's very powerful. Now give the grinder a shake. Okay, all the 20 grams gone through. Okay, that's nearly boiling. I'll just wait till it's getting a strong boil. Because the temperature stability in the Rossa depends on getting that water a nice consistent temperature each time. So I want that boiling. Righto, that's boiling now. Righto, so you want to wet the inside of the basket to help the coffee stick so it doesn't fall out. A little spray bottle works good for that. That's all you need to do. Okay, it's got the grind transfer adapter. Just pops over the cup that fits in there. You just turn it over, give it a hit, and that distributes the coffee very well. And give it a tamp. You don't want to go nuts with the tamping. I think it's actually negative if you push it too hard. Alright, so I've got my cup here. Let's turn that. Yeah, that steam is working pretty good now. Right, so just fill it up to level with the seal. Put it back on the burner. You hold it for about 20 seconds thereabouts. That's pretty good. Now into the cup. Fill it up again. Hold it for about 5 seconds. You feel the heat with your little finger on the bottom. You can feel the temperature as it comes through. And then fill it up level. You don't need to preheat the naked head. Long as you wet it, there's not enough material in there, or the stream doesn't actually touch the coffee. Okay, tip that water out, turn her over. Okay, up about 8 turns, thereabouts, until you get about half a bar pressure. Turn that steam down a bit. Hold it for about 5 seconds. Then nice steady ramp up to 6 bar. Should come out about 3.5 to 4. You can't see the gauge here, but there's other videos I've got doing this short stop profile. Now you want around about 30 mil. That's pretty good. Let's put in that cup. Get it out of the road. Right, yeah, it's got get some milk, make the steam melt. Alright. I hold the fingers on the side to gauge the temperature. Happens pretty quick. We get up to about 60 to 65 degrees. That's pretty good. Whoop, wind blew it. Oh yeah. It's pretty good coffee. Wind blew over the side, but that's what happens when you're working off a rock table. Very nice. Well, so how's that? The coffee is pretty good, but that was pretty extreme conditions to say the least. Found a little cave there to block the wind a bit, but it was still blowing pretty hard through there. It actually blew the blew the milk off the top when I was pouring into the cup. But anyway, that was a bit of fun. Yeah, I just wanted to finish up on like why people would go to in some people's opinion, such extremes to make coffee. But I don't know, I guess everyone's different, and there's an awful lot of people in the world that kind of can't live without their morning coffee, and yeah, I'm certainly one of them, hence why I've made these products. Yeah, and to people that aren't into coffee, then yeah, it kind of makes no sense. Like, why would you spend like a conventional machine thousands and thousands of dollars to buy, and they make good coffee. I have one, had for many years, but the Rosso makes coffee that's way better, and yeah, that's why I never use it, except for when visitors come around. Most people don't know what a good coffee is anyway, so yeah, it's all good. But for me, it's got to be the best, and that's why I use the Rosso. It just makes such good coffee. And in actual fact, the Rosso probably takes less time than a conventional machine to make, because all you got to do is boil the kettle, just boil some water. Where a conventional machine, it takes a good 10 minutes or so to heat up for optimum performance, get the temperature right. But with the Rosso, you just boil the water and it just takes a couple of minutes. For people that like the milk, you can steam milk. There are various ways of doing milk, and I will demonstrate them in future videos. But I've got an old steamer there that I use. It's not ideal, but it does do a pretty good job. I will make one of my own at some point. Yeah, so if you're only making 1 or 2 coffees, the Portaspresso system is pretty quick, and like I say, it's certainly no slower than a conventional machine, and the quality is just so much better. And apart from that, like, people sometimes, because it's portable equipment, they compare it to these other dodgy portable camp setups that, they're just rubbish. They're not going to make good coffee. I mean, yeah, there are some people that reckon they're the greatest things in the world, but if you really like your specialty coffee, they just don't cut it. Some people think they're quite expensive, but when you compare with what the quality of the coffee that it can produce, like even if you're just going to use it at home, it's like a quarter of the price of what you'd pay for a machine and grinder that would even come close to the quality that the Portaspresso system can produce. So it's if you're on a budget but you want good coffee, it's certainly something to consider. Then of course you've got the portability, which is something that I'm trying to promote a bit more, because you can just use it anywhere, and it's your coffee, as I say, there's no compromise in your coffee. It'll be the same everywhere. Wherever you go, it'll be the same. Right now, I'll wrap it up there, and so I'll do some more videos going into a bit more of the technique in a little bit more user-friendly location. And also, while a lot of real coffee snobs would never dare put milk in their coffee, well, after breakfast anyway, there are a lot of people, I think about 78% of the world population put milk or some form of milk in their coffee. So what I want to do is go through a few different ways that you can do your milk. And while steam is definitely the best, there are other ways you can do it, and styles of coffee that work pretty good.